Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Star Raptor. Welcome to the channel. We are talking about some Star Wars comics that came to us from the Mighty House of Marvel this week. First off, we have Sana Starros, issue number 5, Family Matters, Part 5, Facts of Life, written, of course, by Justina Ireland with Perry Perez. This final issue ties things together with this 5-issue mini-series that dates in between Empire and Return of the Jedi. We have the Sana Starros clan. We have Sana Starros' her cousin is giving birth on board this Imperial cruiser. And we have both her grandmother and her aunt also they're captive by the Imperials. So Sana Starros incites the help of Devil Pop, who is a long-running bounty hunter dating back to the High Republic, as well as Hondo Ohnaka, to cause some havoc to get aboard this ship. Basically, everybody gets out safe. You end up having the cousin giving birth to twins, and then you have the long conflict, the big struggle between the characters of Sana Starros and her brother Fel. And remember, Fel is this guy that was jealous that, Sana Starros was able to go to Barleth University. He ends up joining a gang of people and then eventually joins the Empire. So he's had a chip on his shoulder for the longest time. So the story resolves by Sana Starros sending both her brother as well as the commander who is married to Arisha, who is the cousin of Sana Starros, into an escape pod to let the Imperials deal with the failure of these people. And we also have Sana Starros making a big moment here, big moment for her character, where the whole crux of this story was Arisha was going to be captured specifically to get this data cube, very valuable data cube that has her ancestor Avon Starros that we know from the High Republic. Very valuable information that shouldn't be, kept in somebody's the wrong hands of somebody. And we have the character of Sana Starros just not even caring, crushing that, knowing that this is too important for anybody to hold on to this information, and that about kills it there. So it ties things up nicely here. There was a nice happy ending for the most part. There could be room to grow here, but it was pretty good here. It was pretty cool here. I think this was a nice little story, a nice little snapshot into the characters of Star Wars that are not the super, long epic stories of the High Republic or Luke and Leia. These are the side characters that inhabit the world, and I like just the type of vibe that this story brought. And it was neat seeing Hondo. Next up, we have Darth Vader, issue number 35. This one brings back Aphra, number 35, Target Aphra. This is written, of course, by Greg Pak with artwork by Raphael Ienco. And this is a long-running relationship of Aphra appearing in issue number 3 of the 2015 run of Darth Vader. And she ends up finding Vader again in Dr. Aphra Volume 1. And now she runs into Vader again in Volume number 2. So quick recap of what has happened after the Fermata Cage, leaves this big wave going to galaxy, this force wave that has affected Luke Skywalker, where he can't tap into the force, is even affected some of the smaller force sensitive characters like Sly Moore. And then you have characters like Vader that have been affected in drastic ways where he can't even control the force. He has basically destroyed the Star Destroyer. If it wasn't for Sabe, he would have basically killed himself with the Force, and the Emperor is telling Sly more of this information. And the reason why the Emperor is able to control is because he's more powerful from the Force than Vader. He knows how to control his urges of the Force after this Force wave. So we open up and we have Vader. Last we seen him, he was holding off against the rebels. He can't use his lightsaber anymore because he's not really tapping the Force very well. So he's using this kind of fashioned from an Imperial shuttle, this big laser cannon staff mace looking thing. And he incites the help of Dr. Aphra. He somehow gets Ochia Bastoon to get him Dr. Aphra, who he hopes is able to use her archaeology information, her knowledge, to find something that's going to help Darth Vader kind of channel in his kind of hatred and his force ability that's lashing out. So she takes him to this place and he gets this Kyberite shield. And now he's got a mace, he's got a Kyberite shield. And next thing you know, all these droid crush looking droids basically beset upon him, ambush him. And that's where we leave off in this issue. But it's really interesting. I think the thing I didn't like about this issue is the fact that Ochia Bastoon was really cartoonish in this issue, and we have Vader knocking him down this chasm to explore it, and he knocks Ochi down there purposely, and Ochi's just hitting the rocks on the way down every which way. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit much there. I did like the Aphra flashback, seeing her time with Vader, whether it be also with the kyber that happened right before Echo Base, but also the other moments with her Sun Tool Pride and all this sort of things, getting the money to fuel his like little parade thing around Emperor, trying to find stuff. It was interesting there. I thought that the Ochi and Aphra kind of relationship was really cool. Them bouncing off of each other. They're kind of similar characters in a way where they're very zany, very just out there, energetic. So to see them kind of bouncing ideas off, I'm like, that's a match made in heaven right there. Wouldn't that be funny to stand Ochi Bestoon and Aphra? Who knows? But it's really cool seeing Vader really badass again in this with this kyber shield and the mace. Very striking image there. So those were the comics that came out this week. I'm really looking forward to next week for Bounty Hunters returning with Boba Fett, Dirge, and Deathstick, and a whole bunch of other cool characters, so I can't wait for that. But what did you guys think of this week's issues? Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I am just about 25 subscribers away from 2,000. 2,000 subscribers would be awesome to finally hit that milestone, so please do support the channel simply by subscribing. That's going to do it for me, Star Raptor. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Star Raptor.